I'm still attached to this building, and like you said, a building isn't a school. So I'm sure the new school will be fine, and I'm glad the kids get to go to a new school. But there's just a lot of memories here. It'll be sad. Yeah, very sad. There's a lot of history here. The oldest part of the building was a school itself, I think, with 4 classrooms. And then it was added on to, I think it was a junior high at some point. That's why we have such a big gym. I don't know. It's just really going to take something away, I think. I suppose when you teach high school, kids come back, and talk to you. As a first grade teacher, they don't come back very often. I've occasionally run into some of my former students and it was very exciting to see them, to catch up with their lives. They obviously, it was important to them to go to school here, and it was a big part of their growing up, to feel like a part of the Fort Logan family.
When I started here, the main entrance to the building was actually through the front door, just to the left there. I remember Mr. Hatcher's office was on the right by the gym, and then the office was to the left. And on this end, where this building is, was the library and cafeteria and music room. And I haven't been in this building in probably 40 years, but I could close my eyes and I could pretty much imagine the hallways. I know which classrooms I was in. I remember the gym. It has a lot of memories for me, no doubt about that. I remember a 5th grade teacher that we had, Mr. Jackson was his name. He since has passed, but he did some things that were unusual in terms of the classroom environment. He used to paint, oil paint, and he would create paintings in class. And it was the first time I really was exposed to art as something fun to do and something you could do as an adult in life. Up till then you thought about it as being projects, and it transformed my way I thought about art. And so now I'm a trustee of the Denver Art Museum. So that seed of Mr. Jackson's love of art is sprouted through my adult life and being involved in the art museum. I'm certain of that. I think about Miss Bradshaw, who was a 4th grade teacher, and she used to love to read to the class. And she was really great at reading to the class, making it entertaining and interesting. And I think a love of reading, again, the seeds were planted. So I think every class that I had, every teacher that I had, there was something, that was left that I think definitely impacted my life, up to this day.
Take a look at my screen. It's right there in the upper corner above the word file.
One year we had Hillary Clinton come. And Hillary Clinton came because she heard about inner city schools that were having a rough time with the structure of their buildings and how buildings were falling apart. And she was set to go over to Denver public schools, but when they backed out at the last minute, and somebody told them about our little district and that we had some crumbling schools in our area. So she came there, and that was to bring awareness to the school district. That was back in the early 90s, and you can see that it finally is coming to fruition, where we're finally getting a brand new building. There was quite a bit of putting Band-Aids on rooms and roofs and how do we, and the water system and the boiler, and every year there was something else. And so all of our money that we had for building and putting into aesthetics, we couldn't, because they always went to things you couldn't see, like the air conditioners. So when they put the air conditioners up, one of the things they did was bring in these huge silver, they looked like tanks that sat on top of the building. And I'll never forget, Judy Carey was the was the principal at the time, and she said, oh my gosh, she could not believe. She said, here we are, we're trying to make this building look beautiful, and here we have these big tanks sitting on our roof. So as much as we tried to pretty it up, sometimes it just didn't happen.
Fort Logan itself, the building, is the center point of the city of Sheridan. I mean, at least, if you split the city in half, this is the north half, I guess you could call. It's just the mainstay of this area. It's been here forever. And so many people ask about, you know, the history behind the school. They want to know, you know, about this part of the building. It's just got a great feel to it. Just a great feel of safety. The kids look up to this building. The entire community really watches out for this building. They just kind of take care of it, and everyone just says, oh, well, you know Fort Logan. Oh, well, I went to Fort Logan. Oh, I'm going to send my grandkids to Fort Logan. You know, that kind of thing.
I think this school means a lot to the community since I've been here. So I really loved it, and teachers and principals are the best. This school has been here for quite a while, so I know, like I said, it's kind of sad that it's going to be gone now, but I think in the long run it'll pay itself, you know. But I'm loving it, you know. So to see a new school for the kids.
All right, guys, there's a blue group to the back. Everyone else knows what they should be doing.
Fort Logan is a very special place. It's filled with culture and traditions. Even though the building may be old, it's what's inside that makes it great. I think that just the feel of Fort Logan is different than many buildings around Sheridan. It provides us with a lot of warmth, and I think it's a safe place for the community. They feel welcomed when they walk in here. Yeah, as you mentioned, it definitely has some things that could be upgraded, but overall it's not the bricks that hold us together. I think it's the students and the community that we've built within it. It's a very special place, and it will be hard to leave for sure. There's traditions, there's routines, there's procedures that we already have in place, and we know those things when we walk into the door every day. We kind of know what to expect. Every day brings a little bit of diversity in what the day may bring, but the overall theme of the school and the overall feeling is the same. It's just a really warm place. It's kind of like a second home, definitely, to most of us that are teachers here, and I know for sure for the families and students that are here as well.
I took a wrong turn, and I ended up going down some stairs, and I was locked in the basement here at Fort Logan for about 20 minutes. It was in the morning, and I was running. I was late. I didn't want to put my shoes on, and it was in kindergarten. It was about probably the middle of the school year, because the front desk lady was like, "Oh, you know where your classroom is? Go ahead." And I remember going through the gym and going down some stairs, and the door locked behind me. And it was so scary. It was so scary. It was so dark. There was all kinds of books, and there was a little bit of light, and I grabbed a book out of a box and I started reading. And then about 20 minutes, I would assume 20 minutes, it felt like all day, the janitor finally came in. He was like, "What are you doing here? Everybody's looking for you." And they took me to class, and I finished out the day.
Fort Logan holds a very special place in my heart, and it was the first school that I taught at when I moved to Colorado. And it is the reason that I'm still in Sheridan, because I really love the staff and the tight feel of the community. And you know, I really enjoy the population of students in the Sheridan community, and that's really kept me in Sheridan. I think the character of the building kind of has built what the school is, as far as the people and the students and the different staff that I worked with there. I think the old feel has kept it very special, and it kind of makes me sad to think of it not being there. So that'll be kind of hard for me. When I first went there, I taught first grade in the old Army barracks, so over in the old courtyard. And those are just my best experiences of teaching there. And so it does make me a little sad. It will be a little hard to see it gone.
This classroom was my 7th grade math classroom. My teacher was Mr. Taylor, who was the principal of Fort Logan while my daughter was going to school. And I mean, this brings back memories. My older sister, Margaret, who also was a student here, she had Mr. Taylor for her 7th grade math teacher. He was a very young man when he was teaching, and One thing I remember about that is when my sister got married, Mr. Taylor was at her wedding. And I mean, walking these halls, I see all these ghosts, you know, all these little kids or all these kids, my friends and stuff. And it just brings back memories.
Yeah. It's kind of like an old shoe, you know. It's comfortable. It feels like something that you are used to, and so we get a lot of visitors who come back to school when I was there because they wanted to just be in the building, see the building. Of course, wanted to meet with the teachers. There had been teachers that had been there for a number of years, and they wanted to come back and see the teachers. So it was just a comfortable place that they liked to revisit, and like anything else, I suppose, you know, anything like that that you can attach to your own youth or to your past life kind of has an important place. And Fort Logan, I think, filled that for a lot of people. I think it's like anything else that has history to it, that disappears, and you have to look at it on the basis of what it was and what it did while it existed, and that progress is progress, and life moves on, and you certainly feel that it moves on for the better. Time will tell, but no, I'll have my memories. As will a lot of others, and they'll be sad to see the physical building and disappear. But on the other hand, hopefully for a good reason, and that new building will provide opportunities, I believe, for kids that Fort Logan probably could not provide because of its size, and so I think it's going to be kind of an exciting time, actually, to see what comes from all that.